like we got the stream set up right. We don't have just limited to 25 seats today, so that's good. That's one hurdle we don't have to get over. So today we're looking at KZR, AGRX, EVFM, Wejo, Gray, IFRX, and STRO. STRO probably isn't going to be playable. There's not a lot of volume in it. IFRX, kind of the same thing. Kind of spotty volume, spotty price action. Nothing really going on with this one, but you never know. Same thing with Gray. These 3 or 4 aren't really looking great. Weju's kind of in the in-between stage. It's got enough volume that it could do something. It's got enough price action as well. We're just waiting to see on open if it can maintain that or even get a little bit more when we open. Good morning, guys. We've got EVFM looking pretty good here, sitting above that 200 EMA and VWAP currently. Kind of been bouncing around quite a bit below and above, so we'll probably see this thing run at least a little bit today. Hopefully we can capture a couple plays on it. AGRX is another one from yesterday. It's looking pretty good. It actually coincided with the levels from yesterday really well with where everything sits. So hopefully we can use this as a pretty strong support and resistance levels. Don't usually do like 2-day support and resistance levels. It's usually just the pre-market. But since they line up pretty well, why not? Looking pretty good there. And then KZR is also looking pretty good. It's a little bit high on our price range and it's starting to dump right now, but it could be playable if it can pick back up a little bit. I think AGRX is probably going to be our first play here. Kind of risky to jump in early, but we're going to see what we can do with this. I'd like to get in about $1.65. We're going to be aiming for about $1.85 and then $1, probably $1.60. Whoop, $1.60 stop. Not $1.50. We do not want $1.50 stop on that. And we're off to a strong start because we have the right ticker and most of the right prices. We got a little bit of a high entry there, so hopefully this can continue to run. Looks like it is. We're almost at $1.80 already. I'm pretty high in this, so $1.82 is going to be fine. We're going to cut here. That was a really fast trade. I don't even know if many people had a chance to get in on that. I made about 10 cents off it, so not what I was really looking for, but with such a high entry, I'll wait for a retest. I'm going to be kind of upset if this runs even further because I left a tiny bit. I left like 10% in it, but nothing fantastic there. EVFM is also looking like it's doing something here. Probably going to run as well. I think we're a little high on this one, though. I think we're going to be waiting for a decent-sized pullback. So we're going to be waiting on that one a little bit. We've got Weiju here heading down. Going to be waiting for a 200 EMA bounce. AGRX is a 195. All right, so we're going to cut the rest. Cutting the runner here, 195. Just securing all of the profit. I think this could potentially... Are we halted? No, we're not. Okay, good. Thought for a second there we might have actually been halted. This could actually continue its run, but I just want to make sure that we're all out. This is looking pretty good here at 195. I'm happy to ride that back down, or hopefully it comes back down. We can take another play on it. Let's go EVFM now. We're going to be looking at probably $1.40 entry. We're going to hope to get about $1.60 out of it with $1.35 stop. Holy crap, we got a huge drop there. Let's take advantage of that. We'll go for $1.35 entry, $1.30 stop. And we're still going to aim for that $1.60, but you know what? If we don't happen to get that, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to be jumping in on this. This is kind of not exactly what we want to jump in on all the time, but EVFM. This is looking pretty good here, so I think it's got to have a recovery of some sort. So I'll be more than happy to jump in here to $1.32. I'm going to put that stop at $1.20. Yeah, probably $1.27. $1.26. We'll give it till $1.26. Whoa. Press the wrong button there again. We're hoping that this kind of turns around, but I mean, at this point, it could not, but it took such a nasty drop. There's got to be bag holders on that, I would assume. We're going to hold on to that for at least a little bit here until we hit that stop or until we make a decent amount of money back on the upside. Weiju heading to that 200 EMA. This is got the point that we want to watch on Weiju. So let's take a look at Weiju here at $1.40. We're going to try for that. We're going to go for $1.55 and then $1.30. Give it $1.36 stop. So we're going to give it about 4 cents of a stop, which is not huge, but very necessary. EVFM still looking kind of bearish, but we did make quite the recovery here. So depending where you got in, you could be up a cent or two. AGRX also looks good off this 200 EMA. So let's go AGRX again. We're going to go $1.70-ish entry. We're going to aim for that $1.85 with a $1.63 stop. Let's give it a $1.64 stop. All right. So we're hoping this picks up off this 200 EMA. If it continues to drop and heads back down, we'll probably end up cutting here. So we don't want to see this making a new low like it is. So we're going to go ahead and cut. AGRX. I didn't like to see that. I'd rather just cut it now. EVFM, just making sure I'm keeping track of all of the stuff in the tracker. Wejo. And then AGRX was a quick cut again. Got about break even anyway, but not exactly what I had in mind. Weecho's looking good here. EVFM died. Not what we were hoping to see on EVFM. So if you haven't taken a cut yet on it, I would definitely do so. So that is a stop out on EVFM. It looks like it's recovering pretty hard off that level, but we don't want to test something this far down. We'll give it a minute. Weejo's looking good at $1.51. We can actually take some profits here. Taking some profits. Weejo. Can't really go wrong with the $1.51. We're right at resistance here, so we're going to take some profit at least. I would at least recommend that. We'll probably be looking to get back into EVFM if we see it come back above that 200 EMA. AGRX kind of scares me. It's a little bit iffy. We might try it again down here at that $1.62 level if it drops, or if it breaks back above that 200 EMA, we might give it another shot. We've got KZR just dead cat bouncing at this point. Let's see here. We've got gray popping up. We've got gray here. Gray's up into a halt, so that's something we want to keep an eye on. STRO actually has a decent amount of volume behind it right now and decent price action, so that's something we definitely want to keep an eye on as well. And gray as well. Anything else? SDIG we could take a look at. Not looking too bad. EVFM's recovering, you think? Oh yeah, that was a decent recovery. Gray's running hard, yeah. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Up into a halt. We went from 98 cents to $1.33, so not bad there. EVFM looking okay. I'd still like to see it break above that 200 EMA. We've got Wejo. Looks like it got rejected off this resistance quite hard. So if you were paying attention to Wejo, that was definitely the level we wanted to take profits at, 151. It's coming back down. Might look for a re-entry, probably $1.39 or $1.40 again. So we're going to go ahead and go Wejo $1.39 entry. We're going to go for $1.51 again, and then $1.30. What do we have before? $1.36. Let's keep it at $1.36. I'm not sure I want to risk that. We're going to give it a minute though, because I want to see the recovery before we actually jump in on this. Have it typed out and ready to go. Just not quite sure I want to take that trade just yet. I'd rather wait for it to come back up to that $1.39 level. We'll come back to it. ASTR is not doing anything. Gray's not doing anything. SDIG's not doing much. EVFM, definitely a recovery on EVFM. I think it's still risky to jump in on EVFM, but we're going to try at $1.35. We're going to try to get $1.45 out of it and $1.30 stop. It's pretty tight. And the candles are pretty big. We're moving like 5 cents a candle here. I'm not usually one to take trades below this 200 EMA, but we might just have to try it. Maybe try for $1.30 entry and $1.25 stop. That's probably going to be safer. That $1.25 area, we could still definitely hit it, but it's less likely, I would say. So if we could get a $1.30, that'd be great. AGRX is in fact going, so we're going to probably want to jump back in on AGRX. It's still showing a lot of bullishness, so we're going to try for a $1.75 entry. We're going to go for a $1.90 and then a $1.06. Now let's give it a $1.70 stop. Yeah, let's go with that. I've made up my mind. We're going for that with a $1.70 stop. That's EVFM was our last trade there. That was a $1.30. And then AGRX around $1.75. Looks like it's running up pretty hard here. We're just about at PT. Again, got in a little bit late there. But you know what? I'm okay with the smaller profits as long as we're making something. So taking profits on AGRX. Whoop, not QAGRX. Around $1.90-ish. So like a $1.88 is not bad. I'll take that. Since we're playing with like the dollar stocks right now, anything above 10 cents is really a pretty good price target. EVFM with the drop down to that 130 level, we're going to be entering here or around here. I will not be moving that stop any lower, even though I got a little bit lower of an entry, just because I don't really want to have that added risk to it. I'm okay with taking less risk and stopping out. I really don't feel like it should break this low. And if it does break this low, we're going to be in trouble. So quite okay with that. AGRX hits that 190 mark. We see as high as 194. This is a good place to take that profit. We almost hit that 195. If we can break 196, we could be looking pretty good here. And then we're going to have to beat that 199. As soon as we get past about 210, we could be flying here. So keep that in mind. EVFM up at $1.35 from $1.27. Not bad. I'm going to take a little bit of profit here to secure something. Securing some profit on EVFM 135. We look like we're hitting a high here. It's seeing a lot of resistance at this $1.35 level, and that kind of worries me. So I'm definitely okay with taking a little bit off the table here, even though it's really not much for profits. I'd like to secure at least a little bit. Wejo continues this breakdown, so it's a good thing we didn't touch that. Gray's coming back down now, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. AGRX is coming back down a little bit. If we hit that 200 EMA again, we'll definitely be considering taking another play on it. All right, good. We're all on the same page with what tickers are looking good here. EVFM at $1.37. So if you didn't take it at $1.35, this is a good place to do so as well as we hit this resistance on VWAP. We could potentially see even higher on this, and we're kind of hoping for higher, so we're still holding some of it, but fingers crossed on that one. Let's see here. Gray's back up, looking good on Gray. You know what? I think we need to try a Gray trade right now. So $1.35-ish. Maybe you get $1.40. It's really hard to say. We're going to go for $1.50 and then a $1.30 stop. So basically 5 cent stop is what you're looking for. So $1.32, we're going to try it. That's Gray, not a Gray. Come on. Okay. That was a really leggy entry, but that's fine. Actually seemed to have worked in our favor. So 5 cent entry from that would be $1.27, so $1.22. 5 cents is a pretty big stop, but you kind of need it with these momentum plays. This could go either way right now. So, and you can't even really cut early on something like this. You just don't have the room to make that decision. It could come down like within a cent of your stop loss and then shoot right back up. If we can get back up to $1.44 after this drop, I would definitely be looking to take profits. AGRX looking like it's still kind of coming down, but it's probably consolidating right now. EVFM hits that $1.37 back down, looking to probably make a new high here. AG or GRAY stops us out just like that. Very weird stock. We might try it again. Typical momentum play. You can never really tell where's a good entry and where's not until it's too late. So we're gonna see if there's a better opportunity here in a little bit, but we'll let this go for now. We've got EVFM back up to that 135 level. Looks like we're hitting strong resistance. We've got 174 sellers coming in at this price range. So that's definitely a big wall to get through. We have AGRX still kind of consolidating around that 180 level. KZR is not really looking playable, so we're just going to close that down. Give us a little bit more screen real estate here. We can look at other things. Got quite a few things popping up, so come on, BNTC. That's one of them. That one's looking half decent, so we'll keep that open. We've got NCTY. Also kind of looking decent too. We've got a little bit of a volume drop happening, but so far it's it's holding the movement pretty strong. This is another one that's going to stop us out really quick, but could also make us quite a bit of money really quickly too, with the range this is playing in. So we're going to try it. I would be pretty picky on getting an entry around $1.60. We're going to try and hit $1.70 out of it, and then $1.55 stop. So we're going to give it that 5 cents of room. And hopefully that's going to be enough for us. That's BMTC. Oh yeah, I just saw your message about BNTC. Got a couple others to look at, but I want to see if we can. I'm gonna have to watch this on the side while I look up other tickers. OYSB. Yeah, that one's not looking great. We've got BLU. Now that price range is a little high. I think we're good with all the tickers that we have currently. What's your question? Right, continues its drop. Ouija not doing anything. EVFM still staying at 129. We're dropping a little bit low here. Might stop out on the runner. How do I lock a window on top of another? On what platform? On IBKR? AGRX all the way back into the $1.90 area. There you go. Shades on it. Shade, I can't remember what field of work you're in, but you should have been tech support. It's like it's your calling. My AGRX entry was 176. And then we took profits around 194, which is the high, not really the high, I guess. Was the high at the time, I think. And we're still waiting to see if we can break that $2 mark. So definitely, yeah, tech support's not a good job. Definitely not a good job. We could possibly take another entry on EVFM. BNTC looks like it's going okay. We got like sort of close to the entry window, but not super close yet. I think it's probably going to come down eventually, but depends how patient you are. SDIG's all the way down, gray, up and down and up and down. We're hitting a low here at $1.23. I think I want to retry. Oh no, maybe not. No, if we're breaking into a new low, I'm not too interested on taking that. Yeah, I only have a runner left on AGRX. You got knifed on gray, DOS, or it just knifed in general? AGRX breaks that $2 mark. We're at 203. If we beat that 210 mark, I think, or it's, I guess, more likely 212. But when we get around that level, we could really see this start to fly. STRO, I think we had that open earlier. We could take a look at that again. Yeah, it's doing okay. The range is all right, I guess. You're looking at about a 40 or 50 cent range right now, which is playable for sure. You'd want to be catching the bottom and then catching the top, though, for probably a somewhat decent profit there. Gray's continuing its drop. AGRX at 206. We hit that 208 level. I'm going to say to take some more profits here. Taking some more profits on AGRX 208. That brings up our average quite a bit. Oh, hey, we got even higher there. Should have waited a little bit longer. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, that's okay. I don't think I messed the tracker up this time. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Too many things going on at once there. BNTC is questionable. I would have to agree with you on that. I do think that we're waiting for an entry on this, but I think we might be able to wait even longer. I think we might get down to 158. So, I mean, we'll see. There's $1.60 there. If you've been waiting patiently, you could just jump in right there if you want to. $1.58 looks definitely reasonable as well. So that's always an option too. You could always wait for $1.58 right on that VWAP, and if it doesn't hold, cut it pretty much immediately after it drops a little bit. EVFM is going to stop us out on the runner. AGRX goes as high as 218. So we said once it breaks that 212, it's probably going to go up higher. Went up almost to 220. Looks like it's going to come back down for consolidation. We'll probably see some resistance around, I don't know, probably this level here, this 202 area. So we might see a bounce off 202 here. Yeah, no worries, man. Stro looks like it's probably going to come down to the 200 EMA, maybe slightly above that bottom band. And then it might bounce off that. NCYT is doing something. We saw that $1.60 we were wanting. It's back up to that $1.70 mark, so that is PT. BNTC. Could take profits here. You could wait a little bit higher. We did see a $1.73 before. I'm okay with leaving a runner in it. I don't necessarily need to make a huge gain on it. There we go. So we've got a runner in it now. And we're hoping to see $1.75 isn't bad. I would like to see about $1.80 out of it for the runner at least. Get a little bit more out of it. Gray's still dropping. Stro still dropping. It did actually knife down a little bit harder than expected, but looks like it might be holding. That MACD is negative, so that's definitely something to keep in mind here. Wejo might come back. EVFM's just dead. AGRX hit that high again at 218. I didn't get to see what the resistance looked like there, but I'm sure it was strong because it looks like a pretty strong rejection. So we're probably going to be looking to finalize around that price if it touches it again and doesn't break through. And then we'll take a re-entry on a support line. Stroke could be a play here. I'm not quite ready to take a play on it yet, but it definitely could be one. I'd rather get in a little late. We did hit that $1.80 mark on BNTC, so that is taking more profit on BNTC 180 and a small runner left. So we got a small runner left on BNTC now. I think that we might be able to. I'd be kind of hoping for at least 190 on that small runner, but 190 is pretty far away, so that'd be a dream come true, I guess, if that happened. AGRX, I couldn't tell you to be honest. We've got EVFM down here. Could be a bounce. Let's see where we at with the bottom here. Bottom is not. We're getting there. I think we're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. We might be at the top of the bounce, but if it gets really bearish, it might hit the bottom here. So we could be seeing a low of $1.15 before an actual bounce. This could be a really good recovery play, though. Astro continuing its move down. We got BNTC still sitting up pretty high here. Wejo, EVFM sitting low. AGRX hitting that 118 level again, or getting very, very close to it. We're gonna, or 218, sorry. Looks like it might break through, but we're seeing some pretty strong resistance. We're eating through it, and we're seeing that new high. That's what we wanted to see. There's definitely some resistance there, but we broke into a new high, so that's definitely good news. Yeah, definitely a crazy pump here today. We're at 224, 225. Let's see 230 here. Might be running out of buyers here. Nope, we still got lots of buyers. Yep, definitely new high day here on AGRX. Lots of the sellers pushing it down, but we're still making new highs here. Just about to see that 230 mark. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're almost at 230 from $1.76. On GTE, $1.34, $1.35, $1.39. Here we go. Almost $1.40. I'm gonna take the rest of my profits here. Closing out the rest of AGRX here at 240-ish. That's just too much money to pass up on. We could see a nasty drop on this at some point. So hopefully it comes back down for consolidation. I'd like to see it come back down to that $2 range before continuing this, but who knows really. That was nice. Oh, gotcha. What's my opinion on GTE? We can take a look at GTE now. BNTC is at 183. We did see 180, 187 there. 188. We're actually really high on BNTC as well. That's pretty crazy. GTE. That's my opinion on it. Volume's a little bit spotty. Price action is definitely spotty. It doesn't look like it's making new highs yet, and it's not really making new lows. You'd probably be range trading. So I'm not really seeing much on GTE that I like. I wouldn't be playing it, but it could be playable if you bought here at the bottom of 126. I mean, like the range is still really slim too. You got to keep that in mind as well. You're looking at about 4 cent range, so nothing fantastic. Do I chase halted stocks? Normally, not in a bear market. In a bull market, I'm a little bit easygoing, and I'll chase a halted stock because generally you can see it halt like 3 or 4 times. In a bear market, I won't chase it, but if I end up in one, I'm not exactly upset about it because it usually pays off the first and second time. Third time is usually a no go though. So if I'm already in it and it halts, yeah. If it halts and then it unhalts, I'm not going to jump into it after that. AGRX does hit that high at 242. Looks like it might start to move down here. We're really overextended on that MACD. We're seeing a lot of buying spikes here, so we're probably running out of buying pressure at this point. Likely to come back down. So if you haven't secured your profit on AGRX, I would definitely be looking to secure that profit. BNTC, we did hit a high of 188. We were looking for about 190 on it to close out the runner. Anywhere around this range, 185 to 188 to 190. It doesn't really matter. We're really good in profit here, so just close that out whenever you want. Closing out BNTC for the remainder of shares around 188. Oh, 199, 188. We did pretty good on BNTC. We did went from about $1.60 to $1.80-ish, $1.88. So that's not bad. We're looking at least 20 cents profit there. On a $2 or less than $2 stock, that's pretty good. And then we've got AGRX that ran from $1.70 was our entry. No, hang on, what was our entry on that? Oh yeah, it was $1.70, wasn't it? $1.76, that's what it was, to 235 as our average up price, but we're up to 243. It looks like, you know what, it could keep going. It could keep going. I hope it doesn't because we're not, or at least I'm not in it now, but you never know, it really could. Do I think it's going to keep running? I think it's most likely going to keep running, but I think it does definitely need to come down and consolidate, work up a bunch of buyers again, and then move back up. I don't think it can just hold at this level and keep going for very long. BNTC is making that high again at $1.88. So if you're waiting for your exit, you could have taken it there. If you're waiting for $1.90, Godspeed. Should be here pretty quick. Stro looks like Stro is a good thing. It's definitely over AGRX, definitely overbought right now. I would not be. You got to think of it from both perspectives, right? You want to think about it as a seller. If you were someone who has already been in this stock, where are you going to be looking to sell? And you have to be thinking of it as a buyer as well. If you're seeing the stock sit here at 240 right now, are you buying into it? The answer is usually no, unless you're Ross Cameron, and then averaging down. But other than him, you're probably not buying in at 240. That's just too high. You might be shorting it at 240. I'd be looking to short it at 240 if it's available for shorts. Haven't really checked, but um, that would be the better play if you're choosing to go long or short on it. But I definitely wouldn't be looking to get in around this 240 level. I can't help but roast him. Just some of the stuff he says and does, just like, I don't know. He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. Never met like a hippie day trader before. Been great. NCTY has kind of been a sleeper stock that's just kind of been running all morning from, off that VWAP there around or 200 EMA at 213 all the way up to 250. So this one's actually been a big runner. Again, we're probably looking at major consolidation on this stock as well. So we're going to give this one a little bit of time here, and hopefully this comes back down from that 250 level. Might actually go into a halt here. We're going to see. Seeing a lot of buying pressure kicking up. Going to hit volume exhaustion. There's just too much buying pressure and not enough sellers. So we're going to run out of buyers on this very shortly. I just want to see if we can get to a halt. Buyers exhaustion, that's a whole different story because they get a whole couple minutes to recuperate and come up with extra money to dump back into it. I'm a bull in general. I like to go long on things. I'm not really much of a shorter. It depends. When I'm playing futures, I'm about 50-50. If I think it's going up, I go long. If I think it's going short, I go down, or I go short. The thing is with penny stocks, though, is it's harder to be a bear because not everything is shortable, and it's hard to locate shares on some of these stocks. So unless you have a professional brokerage like Centerpoint Securities, Cobra Trader, Trade Zero is pretty good for it as well. They usually have good short locates. IBKR is okay for it. I know they say they got good ones, but I think it's like pretty mediocre. So with those kind of brokerages, if you have a good short brokerage, going short on these stocks is usually a little more worth it. But in general, it's just better to go long, especially with the stocks that we're playing. We're looking at momentum plays that are picking up volume and opening up, not down. So most of the time, you're going to be going long on it. And unless you're in a case like this, which we call the gap and crap, where something just runs up really high and starts to come back down after that. But yeah, exactly. And that's another thing is they're just more bullish. Penny stocks are more bullish. I mean, you can filter for stuff going down as well, but it's just not as lucrative. And the thing with penny stocks is it attracts a lot of retail traders. And I don't want to offend anybody, but retail traders are usually pretty dumb and they'll hold bags very, very far down. So if you're looking at something that's going down, it's actually got more resistance on it because you have so many bag holders. Whereas when something's going up, you have these retail traders who aren't really understand what they're doing. They're just buying because it's going up. So they're actually increasing the pressure on the way up. It is down at former resistance. I think it's probably at least going to drop down to 212 here. I would like to see it back down at $2 though. We've got BNTC still sitting up pretty high. NCTY also pretty high. We did see a little bit of a drop here. That was that buyer's exhaustion we talked about. We saw two big candles here selling. Brought the price down pretty dramatically from a high of 260 down to almost 240. So that was a 20-cent drop on a $2 stock. Stro still dropping. Not really seeing too much on the scanner. We could take a look at a couple things here to see anything not running. We definitely don't want to be playing this, so we can look at DBTX. No, we don't like that. CRNT. No. No, I don't like that either. We could look at Zera or Sarah, I guess, but that's definitely not how you spell Sarah. PRPH. I think that was something that ran yesterday as well, or popped up on the scanner at least. I would say no to that as well, so we're just going to close that down. BNTC is going. We saw that back up to that 188 level 3 times at 188. We could probably expect a resistance off this. You may be a retail trader, but the retail traders I'm talking about are the retail traders that they're really new. And when you're new, you haven't had those harsh realities yet. Once you have had those harsh realities, there's people who have massive losses from holding penny stocks that were up. Like I know people who bought like I don't know some stocks that went from $2 to $40, and they bought in at like 35, or they bought it even at 20 and held to 40, and then back down to $2, and like it's crazy, crazy. A retail trader and a day trader. A day trader does it professionally for a living. A retail trader is someone who doesn't really do it as a job. Usually they're pretty new. I would consider like a retail trader someone who's just starting out. And then you could probably call yourself a day trader. Yeah, if you're doing it for a living, or you're making consistent profit off it. Or even just learning, but retail traders really aren't interested in learning. They're just like, oh, this is easy. You buy when it goes up and you sell when it goes down, and that's all they think they need to know. So that would be a retail trader. Yeah, but don't click that option. Don't ever tell any of the brokerages you're actually a professional trader, because BNTC is up at 194. Yeah, you definitely learn quickly not to chase. Well, not necessarily Gen Z. We have some really young analysts that I would not consider retail traders, like even like analysts that are like 15 or 16, who know more about the stock market in general than I do. Um, and they're usually pretty good at trading. Yeah. Yeah, BNTC's up pretty high right now. We're looking at almost $2 on it. Yeah, same. I wish I had started on stocks when I was younger. I mean, I started when I was like fairly young. I was like probably 19 or something when I started, maybe 20. I think I might have been 20, but I definitely could have started earlier. Looks like BNTC is probably going to go for that $2 mark, maybe even higher. We have AGRX looking like it is consolidating around that $1.12 mark so far, but I still think in the bottom of my heart, this is coming down to $2. So I'm going to wait. Let's see here. Gray's probably not coming back. We're seeing a dramatic decrease in volume. MACD's not recovering. The only thing going for us right now is that bottom band is shooting up, so we're probably hitting a consolidation, and we might see a move after that. So we'll keep it open for now. BNTC just about to touch that $2 mark now. We're just shy of it. NCTY heading straight down. So that's that buyer's exhaustion we talked about. Too many buyers all at one time led to no buyers and all sellers. So we're probably going to see a pretty great drop here. Ooh, took back all its gains and more. Like it took back all of your gains, or it did ES just drop? Ooh, that would have been a good short. Yikes. Nice. That's a good one. Look at that. The power of supply and demand. BNTC breaks that $2 mark. Looks like 210 here. If you have a runner, I'd be probably looking to close that. I think we're hitting the same buyer's exhaustion here. We'll take a look at this and see if maybe there's an opportunity. I'd like to see it come back down to at least $1.84. Might see it at that level again very shortly. AGRX looks like it is going to bounce off that 212 mark and head back up. So we could probably try another AGRX trade. AGRX, I'd like to probably try for 215. I don't want to get in higher than that. We're going to go for 230 here and then A2, I don't know, 210? Give it a 208. We're going to give it a slightly bigger stop loss because I kind of want to I want it to make a new low before I decide to exit. Even if it's we don't use this room here, I just want a little bit of room between so I can make that decision. So we'll see where AGRX takes us here. Right to 230, just like that. Kind of hoping for a little bit more than 230. No, I'm calling it buyer's exhaustion because on stuff like what were you looking at with buyer's exhaustion? NCTY, you see like ramping up green volume and it's just too much and there's really just no sellers involved. You can see there's no sellers. Like here we're seeing like it's seller's exhaustion right now. You see there's a bunch of sellers here. Red candle, red candle, red candle. All these people are selling and now we're seeing like no sellers and we're seeing a bunch of buyers waiting to buy in. So now sellers are hitting exhaustion. This could potentially move back up. We are seeing bearish on it, so you're likely to see more resistance than anything. But when you have no sellers and lots of buyers waiting to get in, that's usually a good sign that this could start to run back up really quickly. But we'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see if that actually holds true. I usually like to see the move before I jump in on it when it comes to stuff like that. We've got AGRX here to 34, looking pretty good there. We could take some profit here. AGRX, AGRX, yeah, AGRX, yeah, 232, 234, something like that. I've gotten a little late again, of course. Seems to be happening a lot with AGRX where I jump in just a little bit late. But you know what? It's fine because it seems to like to give us the money back on the other end anyway. So I'm not. I haven't been too picky with the entrances that I get on AGRX. I just kind of buy in when I think it's going to make its move up, and whatever I get filled at, I usually just tack that onto the PT. So we're looking for an entry of 215. If I get 218, I'm tacking on 3 cents onto the PT to try and make it up on the other end. And if it looks like it's going to do it, then great. If it doesn't, then I'll just take that profit that it gives me. Went up to 210 on BNTC. Two blue lines. Oh, these are Bollinger Bands. Some people like using clouds. I use Bollinger Bands. It's a good measure of volatility. Shows you volatility. It shows you, potential price range. It can show you an increase or decrease in, buying and selling volume. Potentially what direction a stock is headed. There's a lot you can read into with Bollinger Bands. Gray looks like it is starting to pick up a little bit. We're still seeing low volume though, so I don't really want to jump in on that. Hitting a buyer's exhaustion here on BNTC. We're getting it down to the $1.80 level. We could try BNTC at $1.80. I think it's a little risky. But you know what? We've had some good plays, so we're going to try it anyway. 180. We're going to go for 195, and then a 176 stop loss. So we're going to give it a fairly tight stop. We're going to see where that takes us. Gray up a little bit here. NTCY. You know what? Volume is still dying. There's still mostly buyers here at this level. We need to get past 235, I would say. If we can get past VWAP on this, I think it'll start to run again. But we'll really have to wait and see on that one. Stroh's just dead. Weejo's dead. Gray is going to be dead. BNTC is looking okay. EVFM, not really a fan of that. We did hit a high there of about 237 on AGRX. Looks like it is going to be moving back down a little bit, probably hit that 224 area. Might just run, but I do think it'll probably consolidate again a little bit. BNTC is looking okay here. Hit that low of $1.83 or maybe $1.82. And it looks like it is starting to move back up, which is what we were hoping to see. If it breaks this VWAP, we'll likely be out, but for right now, we're just going to kind of hold on to it and take it as it comes. NTCY is probably dead here. AGRX is looking like it might just consolidate in this area here and move back up, but we'll see. Length 20 and width 2.2. I can show you those. Yeah, so standard deviation 2.2, offset -2, and length is 20. If it breaks the 123 resistance, you think so? Let's open it back up. I want to take a look. Yeah, I see what you're seeing. I think you could possibly be right there. So we did see that low at 115 here. We did see it drop down to that previous low level of $1.13. So I think that's probably going to be the bottom today. If it breaks $1.23, I definitely think you could see it move back up. You might see a little bit of resistance probably here at $1.30, if not maybe $1.31. BNTC still waiting on that move. We're seeing a little bit of a drop here on AGRX. Stro looking like it's going to move up here. EVFM not really doing a whole lot yet. NCTY is looking okay, I guess. It looks like it's still trying to push up, but I don't know. I think we're losing the buyers here. So that might not be the case. Nothing new coming up on the scanner. I don't know why I still have Stro open, to be honest. BNTC. We're really hoping that BNTC just consolidates here and starts to move up. We are bearish on that MACD and volume is looking really low. So these are a bunch of bad signs. We definitely don't want to be looking to get into a trade at this point. But since we're already in it, we might as well just wait and see if it maybe curls up and we pick up some volume and it could potentially go. I still think that AGRX could probably go back down to about $1.24, $1.22, yeah. We'll see if it, I mean, it could definitely drop back down to 213. And we'd be looking at probably cutting our runner at a little bit lower than 212. Yeah, I guess 209, where our stop is. Get rid of this one because that's an old one. BNTC is still struggling. Oh, okay, we're seeing some buying pressure kick up on NCTY now. EVFM still all over the place. I'd say if you're not in EVFM and you're looking for an entry, I would definitely be looking to get in at about $1.15. And then you could probably have a $1.10 stop and you'd be pretty safe. There's that $1.23. There's a breakthrough. Got a lot of buyers kicking up. There you go. $1.24. Those buyers are really coming into play here. $1.25, $1.27, $1.28, $1.29, $1.30. You're going to see some resistance there, pushing it back down. Aw, that sucks. Pretty satisfied with myself that I called that resistance right at that level and it bounced right off. Let's see if it can break through. I doubt it. It was a good push, but you might get your entry here. $1.16. $1.16 with like a $1.11 stop, you'd be looking pretty good. It'd probably shoot back up to that $1.30 level. Maybe on a retest, it'll break through. Right? I feel that. I feel that. This feels like a football play. You know, it's the blitz. BNTC's broken down on us, so we're exiting that if you haven't already. I hope you did, but if you haven't, I would definitely be looking to exit. EVFM all over the place. You know what? I'll try an EVFM play. We showed some bullishness there, so we'll try for a $1.16 entry. I mean, maybe even a $1.15 or 14 would be great, but we'll do $1.16. We're gonna go for a $1.30 PT and then a dollar. I'm gonna give it a $1.11 stop. I don't think I'd hold that long, but you know what? We tend to see these knives, so maybe we'll see some movement out of this now. Bands are pretty tight. You know what? If we hit a $1.26 again, I'd probably be okay with selling there. We got a decent amount of volume. And by decent, I mean there's actually quite a bit of volume here, but unless you're betting on sports, unless you're betting on sports and you know nothing about sports, that would be me. I'm also the guy that goes to like soccer games, and I'll go to like the home team game and boo the home team just to get a reaction out of people. Don't do that in Germany, by the way. They hate it. Here in Canada, they don't really care, but in Germany, they do care. Yeah, I don't even care what team wins or loses. I just like the crowd reactions. So never broken a bone trading stocks. Yeah, true, true that. You could break bones watching stock or watching sports. I mean, if you were at that Canucks game in 2013, I think it was 2013. There was a riot. The Boston Bruins fan who showed up when the Canucks lost, he got thrown off a bridge. I'm sure he broke a couple bones. We get pretty rowdy here in Canada when it comes to hockey. Not our proudest moment. That was a full-on riot over a hockey game. To be fair, though, that was the closest we came to the Stanley Cup in like 15 years or something. Yes, definitely. AGRX back up to that 230 mark. Maybe we'll see a push higher. Oh, your hockey team? Oh, like your home team? Yeah, in Canada, everybody knows our home team. I don't know why. Our home team in Vancouver is just the worst. Literally the worst. They lose like everything. It's great. Because you have these like diehard fans that just because it's your home team, they just love it, but they never win anything. They're that supportive parent. Yeah, but the Maple Leafs actually win things sometimes. Like the Canucks just never win. Like the fans are genuinely surprised when we win a game. Like we went on like a 4-win streak this year, and that was like the most we've done in like 5 years. Probably not giving them enough credit, but they suck. 238 on AGRX. Oh yeah, no, that's fair. I haven't even heard the Arizona Coyotes. 245 on AGRX. Could start to take some more profit here. We are hitting a new high though, so keep that in mind. This is likely going to be our last trade. NCTY is not showing us anything. BNTC is really not showing us anything. EVFM, it's I forgot we were actually in EVFM to be honest. I actually forgot because I was really consumed with AGRX and hockey. But EVFM's not doing great either. It's doing okay. We got to 123. I mean, you could probably cut at 123 if you want to for some like half decent profits. This is a dollar stock, so I mean, if we can get like 8, 9, 10 cents out of it, that's pretty good. You cut at 123. That was a good choice. Yeah. See, you're not a retail trader, Jackal. You know what you're doing. Same with you, Das. You guys did good. AGRX should go here any second. 119 with market, really? That is pretty bad. Were you messing around with that adaptive algo? Is that why you got a bad fill, or was it just a normal bad fill? We're hitting 250 on AGRX here, 254. Gonna take some more profits here. Whoop. Taking some more profits. Whoop. On AGRX. I'm having a really hard time typing. Yeah, 254 is looking good. We'll probably get higher. We still have a little bit of a runner left in there for the last couple minutes here, so we'll see if we can scrape out some more wins here with this. EVFM still bouncing all over the place, but we haven't made a new low. That's good. We haven't made a new high. I guess that's not terrible, but I would like to see a new high. Oh, just being slow. That's okay. I think yesterday I was like really slow. Like it was pretty awful. That's why I hit so many stops. I think I hit a ton of stops yesterday. I just wasn't trading properly at all. When you get close to the end of the month on the tracker, you have to scroll all the way down. Yeah, yesterday hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stops. That's insane. Today's been pretty bad too, to be honest. We had one. Okay, no, that was a break even. Two. Okay, it's not nearly as bad. We've only hit 3 stops. EVFM doesn't count yet because it's still open. AGRX is still technically open too. We hit 265 on it. Really? People moved here? Well, suckers. I would much rather have to deal with Trump than deal with Trudeau. Hands down. I am not a Trudeau fan. Yeah, that's true. At least we have that going for us. I don't know. Justin Bieber? I feel like Justin Bieber's a Trudeau fan. He's just that kind of guy. A little shit disturber. I don't think I can say that on live. 266. I'm good to cut the rest of profit here. Cutting the rest of AGRX 266 ish. Well, it looks like we're at 270, so maybe 270 ish. So we've technically played the stock like a whole dollar up. Okay, and then EVFM still at 219 here. Man, even Trudeau doesn't want to be in Canada. Every time somebody accuses him of something, he runs away to a different country. I can't remember where he is right now. I think he's in Dubai or something. Yeah, I'm definitely considering moving out of Canada as well. Hey, fun fact, by the way, you can move to Bali, India. You can get a 5-year working visa there. That is the longest working visa ever. And if your job isn't in India, you pay nothing in tax. So we could all move to Bali, India, live in a palace and trade and pay no tax. It would be great. And who doesn't like Indian food? Sounds like a cult I'm in. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and our prime minister is definitely a pansy. He's pretty hard to deal with. And then of course now we've got what's that other guy, the NDP guy, Jagmeet Singh. They've joined forces just so they can rule longer or whatever, and that's going great. Oh god, there's memes of him. I didn't know there's are gifs. Mexican food definitely good. I can agree with that. We saw 271 on AGRX. It hasn't really gone higher yet, so it looks like that was a good cut. Yeah, there's speculation he is the son of Castro, and I mean, like the speculations look pretty real to me. If you've seen pictures of them side by side, they're pretty identical. I think I'm gonna have to cut around that 120 mark on EVFM. Right at G7. And then is he gonna stop at Davos or whatever for the World Economic Forum? I think he's part of that, isn't he? Can't really remember. Oh yeah, he's a founder of something, or he's funding one of the big companies at the World Economic Forum or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on with that guy. It's also weird how like wildly unpopular he is, but he won in votes by so much. Yeah, that probably did it. It was pretty. Yeah, you know what? The first time, okay, the first time I understand that it was weed. I do get that. However, the second time around, I was like, "There's no way this guy's winning again," and he still pulled out a win, and it was like a major win. He wasn't. It wasn't by like a slim margin. It was a big one. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you don't want to hear about this Trudeau guy. He's the worst. He's done like nothing good in the past. I don't even know how long. My favorite part is him buying 400 million vaccines for a population of 35 million people. That was a good use of taxpayer money. Like I may not be great with math, but that don't add up. That's like 10 doses for every single person, including babies. It's a lot of doses. AGRX might actually keep going from here, but honestly I think this is probably due for another pullback now. Am I vaccinated? No, I really had no need to be. Like I go to the grocery store, I'll go out for dinner every now and then. The only thing it's really affected is me traveling, which I don't really do a lot of. And yeah, I've gotten COVID 3 times, or like quote unquote COVID, whatever you want. It was a cold. It wasn't even that bad. I was like really sick for one day where I just slept the whole day, and then besides that, I was fine. I got the cooties once before, yeah. Yeah, my fiance actually, she got her vaccine because she needed to where she was working at the time. And we both got COVID, and she was far, far sicker than I was. Like crazy sick. I was going to the grocery store and making her chicken soup and stuff while we were sick because, like, I was fine. Yeah, we bounced back pretty hard. We're both young and healthy and stuff, so her family's very mixed on the vaccine. I think her mom has it, and her dad doesn't, and her sister. I don't know if her sister has it or not. Most of her family doesn't, though. And my sister's a nurse, so of course she has it. But really, I don't think that was by choice because me, I'm 28. I think I'm 28. Yeah, I'm 28. Oh, good. It did bounce back. Good. 125. I'm gonna cut because I don't want to hold this much longer because I have we're actually a couple minutes past, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I cut. Got it once and never got it again. Yeah, your immune system's a pretty powerful tool. You know, once you get sick, it's definitely harder to get sick from the same thing again. Sick for 3 weeks. Yikes, that's a long time. And some people get long COVID too, which is, I can imagine, a pretty terrible feeling to be sick for like months at a time. The Johnson and Johnson, didn't that get taken off the market too? Ah, oh, got paused. Was it AstraZeneca? Are people still using that one? 127. Hell yeah. You haven't gotten COVID yet? Oh man, we need to have a COVID party. Everybody needs to get COVID at least once in their life. It's great. Woman of a particular age and risk level. Oh yeah, that's a little weird, but I guess that makes sense. Pandemic. I'm sure. I thought we were heading for round two of pandemic with the monkeypox or whatever it's called, but I haven't really heard a whole lot about it yet. So I think people were really quick to debunk when they started coming up with it that it's not actually transmitted by humans, and there's been like 27,000 cases in the entire world since 1970. 1970, I think. Maybe it was earlier. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm closing EVFM. We're out of AGRX. Does look like it made a little bit more of a high here, but I would definitely be looking to keep playing AGRX, maybe on a pullback here. BNTC could come back once it hits that 200 EMA. It could bounce, could see some volume pick back up, and EVFM's looking pretty good too. This one's due for a really nice recovery. I just don't have the patience for it. Monkeypox is a bioweapon? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Them silly Russians. They're always up to something. Yeah, COVID's a bioweapon. I think that part was like well established that it was being developed by the U.S. and then the U.S. made an agreement that bioweapons were immoral or something. So then they moved it to um, where did this start? What was that city? Not Taiwan. Wuhan? I don't know. I can't. Wuhan. That was it. Yeah, Wuhan. They moved it to the University of Wuhan or whatever, and they were funding them or something. Yeah, now we all sit at home making money, and now the governments, especially in Canada, the governments are like, oh crap, we don't have anybody working. Our unemployment rate is like 17% or something in some parts, and it's because everyone's at home making money. Yeah, now EVFM's going. Unfortunately, I sold at 125, so I'm a little bit out of money on this one. We'll go over quickly what we did today because we have the trade tracker fixed. We need 98%, so that's actually not bad. This could have been 10% easy, but got a little impatient there. Where are we on? There's the money board. Lost it. Money board. We're up to 118k, basically 119k today. About $3 off. So that brings us up to 337,000 for the month. Not bad from a $500 start. I mean, 27th, what day are we on? We've got two more trading days in the month. We got tomorrow and Thursday, so probably hit about 500k. So yeah, we'll see if we can hit 500k. We'll do a 500 to 500k. That sounds weird, but we'll try. We'll see where that goes. Oh man, 134. We missed out on so much money on EVFM. Yeah, I mean, if I played with like a steady $200,000, I could be making millions every month. But Canada taxes, it's like 45%. Not a point in making that much money. Yeah, no worries, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. I'm gonna play some futures for a little bit here and see how that goes. We'll see how ES holds up. Looking like it's not holding up very well so far, but we'll see. I will catch you guys again tomorrow. Take care, guys.